Alright, time for the solutions for the constructing parallel and perpendicular lines paper. These particular constructions are fairly tricky with the compasses we have because they're not very exact. And so if lines don't look parallel, it's because, well, they're not. And we're going to blame the compasses on that. They're supposed to be parallel, but our compasses can't measure as accurately as some of these constructions require us to. Anyway, so to explain what's going on, I've already done the constructions on a piece of paper, and I'm just showing you my constructions and explaining what's going on with them and where all these funky lines come from. So you're given this line and this point out here. You're supposed to draw a parallel line through this point. To do that, just pick anywhere out here really, and just draw a ray that goes out this way, that goes through point P. So it just has to be a ray that crosses through P, and it crosses through your original line there. Once you have that, take your compass, put it at put your center there, and just draw an arc from any of the holes you want. The condition is you need to use that same hole when you pick up your compass and put it over here and put your center down and draw another arc. This arc must cross this original ray that you drew out, and it must go out far enough past where your parallel line is going to go. So it's better to make this arc bigger rather than smaller. And so that's where these initial arcs come from. So right now I got this arc and then this arc. You need to then use your compass to measure this distance. And so you're going to take your compass, put the center there, and figure out what hole this other intersection comes through. And then you're going to take your compass and put your center here at this intersection, not at P. Don't put it at P. Put it at your intersection here between the arc and that ray. And you're going to come out and make an arc using that same hole that you found right there to make your right there and make your second arc. Once you have that second arc here, you're going to have an intersection point. That intersection point is the point you're going to draw your line through. It's going to go through P, so go make your line through P in that intersection point. And that's how you're going to get a parallel line. On number 2, the Q is kind of over on the right side, so you can't really see like the beginning of this problem. But here's our line, here's Q. Again, pick any line you want that passes through your original line and it passes through Q. I chose one that went this way, just for variety purposes, right, left, whatever. Once you have that, again, you're going to take your compass, put your center here, and go out however far you want, and pick your favorite hole, favorite radius, and draw an arc. The one caveat is when you put your center of your compass on Q, you have to use that same radius on your next arc. So those two arcs have the same radius. When you have that, realize your arc needs to cross this line. That must happen because you need that intersection point there. And when you do your arc on your first one, it has to cross both the ray and your original line. So when you do that, you're going to get the two intersection points. You'll use your compass, center on one of the intersections, and figure out what hole will give you the other intersection. And you're going to pick up your compass, put its center at this intersection, not the point, at the point on the ray you drew first. And get your compass out and use that same hole that you figured out right there to draw another arc. And you got these two arcs here that are going to cross right here at this point, and you're going to draw a line through Q, through that intersection, and that'll give you a parallel line. on 3, you're supposed to construct 2 parallel lines through that same point R. So imagine you're just working with this line AB. So don't worry about this one right now. We're just going to work with this line. And so I started with drawing a ray this direction through R. And when you have that, wait a second. Nope, I didn't draw that one. I drew this one over here, sorry. So that's my ray that I drew to start with. And then I use this center to get my arc. I use this as the new center to get that arc. So I got my 2 congruent arcs there. Well, two arcs with the same radius. And I had to use my compass to find this particular point, the hole through which my arc will pass over that intersection point, and copy the center of take the center of my compass and put it here on the other intersection that this arc made, and make it come out, and use that same radius to draw the other arc. To do this is all to copy an angle, and when you have this intersection point, you can draw your line that goes through, and that's going to be our first parallel line. You have to get your other parallel line going. And so here, that's the new line I'm trying to draw a parallel line through R. Well, I already have a transversal that was from making my first parallel line, and I used it on my second one, so I just made an arc here and use that same radius to make my other arc. Then you gotta use a compass to get this distance, and use this intersection point to get my my other arc. Oh, I drew it this way. No, I didn't. Where did I draw it? Oh, sorry. I put my compass here and drew the arc this way. And when I had that, I had my lovely intersection points right there, and I was able to draw my line parallel, not perpendicular. That's the backside.